Are you still dealing with fluid or swelling in your arm after a lumpectomy, lymph node removal, mastectomy, or maybe an injury? You're gonna wanna stick around because I'm gonna show you how to open up the lymph nodes to help the fluid in that arm clear and drain properly. Stick around. Now let's talk real briefly about some of the other things that you're gonna wanna do in order to make sure that the lymphatic fluid is draining, especially if it's post surgery. So it may be post mastectomy. It may be, explant. So after an explant, it may be after breast implants were put in. Anytime that a surgery is done, there are scars left behind. And when scars are around, what it does is it prevents lymphatic fluid from draining properly. And here's how. It changes the way that the fascia in and around the scar functions, not to mention the skin. So the skin doesn't have that same stretch that it would normally. The elasticity changes wherever there's a scar. And so you gotta first make sure that you make the scar tissue nice and supple. You gotta loosen it up. You gotta break up the scar tissue so that the lymphatic fluid can pass through that incision or that scar. Now, I've used the analogy before, scars, fascial restrictions can be like a beaver dam, and that's really what it is. Remember, beaver dams, go the full length of like a river or a lake, and it ultimately prevents water from going from one side of the dam to the other, right? That's why it's a dam. So we gotta treat scar tissue, fascial adhesions, and even tight muscles the same way. So if you had radiation, you gotta stretch out that tissue because it has become more fibrotic. So that's the first thing you guys gotta do, okay? Now, if you want me to go through how to do that, make sure you let me know in the comments because I'm here for you guys. I wanna make sure that I'm giving you guys useful information so that you can take your lymphatic system, one of your body's main sewage systems, and make sure that all of that junk, that excess waste products is being removed from your body, because when it's not, that's when we end up with long-time or long-term problems, is when we have a buildup of waste products. All right, so let's go through and break down the nodes. Now, if you don't understand the nodes that I'm talking about, because I'm going to be site specific, I always recommend that you do the specific 7, always. Why? Because we want our whole body draining and flowing, okay? So it's okay to be site specific, but I still recommend at least once a day doing the specific 7. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go watch. I have a playlist right here where I break it down, and I've even done a video where you can do the specific 7 with me, in real time. I'm not talking, but you can do it with me so that you get used to, the order and the direction and the timing and all of that. So I'm not going to explain how to find the points unless it's a new point, because I'm going to show you guys 2 new ones that aren't part of the specific 7. So first, we're going to pretend that it's my left arm that's giving me problems, okay? So I've already done my specific 7, and then I'm coming back and I'm wanting to focus and give my left arm more attention because I'm retaining fluid in my left arm. You would do the exact same thing if it was your right arm, just, mirror image, right? Okay, so we're gonna clear our termini. And remember, we're always clearing, we're not opening. I used to use the term open and people would be like, when do I close it? We don't ever close our lymphatic system. We're always clearing it so that it has the opportunity and the ability for fluid to flow. Remember, our termini is always the lowest pressure point. Fluid moves from high pressure to low pressure. The highest pressure is at our fingers and our toes. The lowest pressure is at our collarbone, as long as there's no congestion. So if you have congestion, if you are puffy above and below your collarbone, you're gonna have a harder time draining that fluid. So you may need to sit here for 30 seconds, a minute, gently doing circles or pumps just to get this area decongested. Okay, after the termini, we're gonna go to the apical node. So the apical node is right here, and I like to bring it up towards the termini because that's where it needs to drain, right? We always work from the end, which the termini is the end point. That's where all the fluid moves to. And then we move down to the area, which is the problem, right? So in this case, it'll probably be, below our elbow. So our forearm, our hands, our wrist, our fingers. Okay, so after we do our apical, then we're gonna go and we're gonna do our armpit. Now, I will sometimes have people rest their hand on their head to find it. And then I always have have them drop it down though, because then we don't have muscles contracting that we're having to work through. We don't want to work through or fight through muscles. We want it to be like nice and easy and simple. So we're gonna do anywhere, and remember, it's always 10 to 50, 50. And if you have fluid retention, you're gonna want to be on the higher end. So I would say probably minimally 30 up to 50, and you may have to go slow. You might not be able to jump right to the 50. You might have to start with 10 and then go to 20 and then go to 30 just to make sure that you're getting that fluid moving and draining. And you may have to do it a couple times a day. So you might do it 3 times a day at 3 pumps each location. And then you might do it twice a day at 20 pumps each location. And then once a day at 30 to 40 pumps each location. So you play with it because your body is going to tell you exactly what it needs. Okay, so after we get that armpit, and remember, we want that pit. We don't want a puff. If we have a puff, it means we have fluid stagnation. Okay, from here, then we're gonna move down to our elbow. So we're gonna cup our hand and we're going to just put it on the outside, so the pinky, with our arm straight, and we're just going to gently traction the skin up towards our armpit. So nice and gentle. You might find too that when you do lymphatic drainage, you get a little sweaty. That's a good thing. It means that you're getting stuff moving and flowing. This is where most of the lymphatic fluid drains, is on the pinky side of our arm. You can go on the other side if need be, if you have tons of fluid, but normally this is more than sufficient. From here, we're gonna go to our wrist. So we're gonna go and bring it down nice and gentle, and you can see that it's all skin traction. I'm not gliding, I'm not doing this, okay? It's just tractioning the skin. And then I flip my hand and I do the same thing so that I'm getting the most amount of surface coverage from my hands. So again, anywhere between 10 to 50 of these. You may need to go back and forth a few times. And if you have a lot of swelling, a lot of fluid retention, you may want to go back up through it just to make sure that everything is draining. You don't have to do the same amount. You may only need to do like 10 just to make sure, like I said, that that fluid that you've gotten moving, because the fluid that's sitting there that's like ultimately swelling in that area, it's not going to be as fluid as water. And that's what lymphatic fluid should be. It should be nice and fluid. So the longer it sits there, the thicker it gets. So think of moving like molasses versus moving water. So you may just want to go back through and just re-clear those lymph nodes just to ensure that everything can drain. All right. That is the lymph nodes to get everything flowing and draining when we have fluid retention in our arm. Always let me know how this is going for you. If you guys want more information on like the scar tissue and stretching and things like that, let me know as well. And thanks for being here. Happy draining.